So obviously today, I've asked you for an interview, an exclusive interview, so that we can hear more about the story, learn a little bit more about the podcast that you're doing, and the different projects that you're working on and the things that you've done. And basically, just it's about knowing a little bit more about you and who you are. So, how are you?
Not too bad.
Good, good, good. Okay, so my first question is, who are you and what are you about?
I guess that's a funny question. I would say the best way to answer that would be what I put as my bio in my Instagram, on my Instagram, which is if I can quote it exactly, it says, "I am black, I am British, I am a man, I am a brother, father, and a son, and I represent a misrepresented culture." So that's in one sentence. Oh, yeah, that's the sentence I would use to answer that first question.
All that is great, might I say. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, because I've been following you for a number of years now, and one of the reasons why I followed you was because of your name, Truuu Talk. Where did that name come from?
To be honest, I don't really have like a special story about where that came from. It's just like something that just resonated with what I was trying to do in it. It wasn't like it came from like some magical place or anything like that. Yeah, it was just like it explained exactly what I was trying to do. It was clear and it was eye catching. So it's like people recognize the phrase, and it just like, for me, it just resonated with everything that I was trying to express at the time. I was thinking, I wanna talk about things that people don't necessarily talk about or not always honest about. So that's where it came from. It was just about being true and being honest. And obviously, I like rap music and fucking 2 Chainz heavy. You get me?
Okay. But yeah, no, but definitely, as I was saying, your name, it's like a handle. So it was one of the reasons why I followed you, saw one of your videos. Anyone who's not following Mr. Truuu Talk, go and follow his page at Truuu. Is it Truuu_Talk?
It's Truuu_Talk. 3 U's no E. Yeah, you gotta say
no E.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put everything in the little caption anyway underneath. But yeah, no, go and follow him because my personal experience with your videos is I came across one day. I was having a really bad day and I watched it and it just everything he was saying, I was like, you know what? That's true. Like, so,
you see? It works. Yeah. It's true.
It does resonate, and your videos, I think your videos are, and the way you speak are a true reflection of your name and your handle. So I think it was a good choice. Okay, so next question. Where do your family originate from?
Jamaica. So all 4 of my grandparents are from Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really know too much about where they're from in Jamaica because I ain't never been there. But yeah, they're all from Jamaica. They all came here in the 60s, I'm guessing, around the 60s, 70s. Yeah, and I actually think my mum's parents met each other in England.
Okay.
And my dad's parents knew each other in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
That's kind of cool though, still.
So I'm just Jamaican.
Can I just add in a little question? I just want to ask you. So with your grandparents being from Jamaica and stuff, what do you identify as? Do you identify as Caribbean, Jamaican, or British?
I guess because of like just for the understanding, so people, because you know, like people don't want to ask too many questions. Like, okay, I say if they say what's your nationality, I say British. Then they're gonna ask, what country do your parents come from? We'll say they're born in England, and then they'll say, okay, so what country do your grandparents come from? You get me? So, for the sake of not going on and on, I would say Caribbean. Do you get me? Even though my grandparents are Jamaican, but I would say Caribbean for the fact that I can't really identify with Jamaican because I've never been to Jamaica like that. I understand the culture to a degree based on popular culture, based on music, based on film, based on the things that we all know about Jamaica. And Jamaican people that obviously are my family that are in England. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't know Jamaica as the country. I know Jamaica as the people, but I don't know Jamaica as like the country and stuff. So I can't identify with the country, but I can identify with the culture.
Okay, and you're proud of.
I'm British because I'm born in England. I speak only English. I've only lived here. I've been taught by this education system, so everything about me is British, but except for my heritage. You get me?
Okay, yeah, I like the way you put that. That was good. Okay, so I was gonna say like, where were you born and raised, but you just basically answered that question. Obviously, let's be more specific. Where were you born and raised?
I was born South London. I'll just say South London. South London, mate.
Yeah, definitely South. I was born in South too. And on to my next question. In regards to being born and raised in South London, do you think that your environment has influenced the man that you are today?
Yeah, definitely. In good and bad ways. I think whatever environment you grow up in is going to shape how you are. It doesn't determine what you're going to become or determine what your life is going to be, but it definitely shapes the person that you become. You get me? For me, I'm happy that I grew up in such an environment, whether it's good or bad. I'm glad that I grew up in this environment because I feel like there's certain things the world can teach you, no matter what place you grew up in. But I feel like there's only certain things my environment that I grew up in can teach you. Like you can't learn that anywhere else. You know what I mean? So I feel like everything else is accessible to learn, except for the shit that we learn. Do you know what I mean? You get it? So, yeah. I feel like it's shit.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I do agree with that. So we're going to move on to my next question is going to be about you in regards to when I ask this question, it's in regards to like, your energy towards other people and because obviously being one of your number one fans, can I just say?
Oh, hey, you just said it.
I'm a fan, I'm not even gonna lie. But when I watch your videos, I get a lot of empathy. I feel a lot of empathy when I watch your videos. I feel like I'm watching a man that is full of emotion and strength and power and those kind of things. But even though to me, you are a powerful person and the message that you're putting out there is it's so magical. Do you consider yourself to be an empathetic person?
Yeah. I feel like people are empathetic if you understand the purpose of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm empathetic because I understand the necessity of me being empathetic. Do you get what I'm saying? You see, like, for me, not always, but I feel like I've always been in a position where people like look up to me or respect me, or like I just kind of cut through. Like, it's like, like I'm just lucky kind of thing. You know what I mean? So because of that, I kind of felt like it's my duty to understand people that didn't get to just cut through. You know what I'm saying? People that life was a bit harder on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do think I'm empathetic. I don't try to be because I haven't always been, but I just reached a place in my life where I just feel like you have to understand where like people's pain and people's suffering, because when you're going through pain and you're going through suffering, all you want is someone to understand. You know what I mean? So because I know that, for me, I always feel like I've got to try to be that person that understands. You know what I mean? And sometimes I am. You know what I mean? Luckily. And for whoever I'm trying to understand.
Man said sometimes, you know.
Sometimes.
But you know what? I do. I admire your honesty. I love your honesty. But being an empath myself, it's just that shit is automatic. It's like it's like a blessing and a curse. It's almost like even when I do want to switch it off, I can't because it's within me. Do you get me? It's like it's in my DNA. But so when I ask another person, "Are you empathetic?" and they give me such an honest answer, I can rate that. Do you get me? Because you've been given that choice, and I'm kind of jealous. I'm not even gonna lie. But, yeah, but thank you so much for your honesty on that. It's come from a real place. I admire that definitely. So I'm going to talk about like we're going to move on to emotions now. So I'm going to ask you as a man, because I mean I know on your podcast last night there was we talked about mental health in males. And I just personally believe it's quite hard for males to express their emotions and to express their feelings and talk about them. So, as a man, do you agree and encourage other men to be open about their feelings and emotions?
I do. But to be very clear, I don't think you can be open to anyone because the fear of not trusting people is that when you're open with someone about your emotions, they will use it against you in terms of like they will use that as your weakness. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that you can be, because as men, that's probably happened multiple times to the reason why when you're weak, you don't share it, innit? Mm-hmm. So I don't think you can just be open with your emotions like that. That's just not being safe. But I feel like you should find a space, or there should be a place where you can. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't be open with your emotions to everybody, but my personal experience would be not to be completely open and honest about your emotions to every single person in your life or every single person you meet, because some people don't care. And some people are not going to be delicate with that information. Some people are not going to handle that with care. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know who you can go to and who you can trust with that kind of burden. Because sometimes when you give your emotions to people, it's a burden to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that they want all of that. So you have to know who you can trust like that and have a space and a place where you can be open with your emotions. I encourage people to find that. I encourage people to look for that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I encourage people to do. Look for a safe place where you feel open and you feel safe enough to talk about what you're going through. You know what I mean? And with people that will actually help you.
That's so great. You're definitely one of those people. I feel that you're one of those people who could be an amazing advocate for male mental health, because it's a real thing. Men are going through these things, and there's nobody. I said it last night on the podcast. I just feel that there's nobody that these men can go and speak to that they can relate to, especially when it comes to it, like on a cultural aspect. Black males, there's nobody that they can relate to. Somebody like you, coming from the end, coming from the certain environment, I just feel like you can give that energy out and put that energy out there. So yeah, definitely
That's
something.
Definitely the aim. That's definitely the aim.
Okay.
That's definitely the vision. We're trying to create a space, a community, whatever it is that we need, whatever it is that we're able to get and we're able to create, we will do that. Whether it's a space, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a community, whatever it is, we're gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Because it needs to be done, and like the space is there for us to do it. Do you know what I mean?
I'll definitely back you on that. Definitely. So yeah, okay. So that's heavy. So I'm gonna move on to like you as a person, as your whole personality, your character, the things that you do. So what are your hobbies?
To be honest, I haven't really been doing much hobbies or been in much hobbies recent, because obviously I was just working a lot, spending a lot of time with my family, my daughter and stuff. So it's not really much. It's not like I go out and play football every weekend or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of writing in terms of writing short films and stuff like that, scripts and stuff. That's the normal stuff, man. I party with my friends, but I do the normal things. I'm not that. You get what I mean? I do like to meditate. That's something new that I've kind of incorporated into my regime, because it helps me to stay calm, and it helps me to like reflect on situations and not react to impulsively. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, those kind of things. I do enjoy talking. I do enjoy trying to spread a positive message. So my hobbies are more about focusing on what my vision is, more than trying to like have fun and stuff, because I find it fun to progress, really and truly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not really into playing games at the moment.
It's not about that. I just think playing games interferes with your progression. It's better to keep it moving, stay focused, and focus on your focus. You know what I mean? And like knowing you, knowing the person that you are and the things that you want to achieve. I know that that's something that you're doing, and yeah, I'm proud of you, man. Really proud of you.
Thank you very much, man.
To watch your growth, to be, you know, an outsider looking in, and to watch your growth and watch your progression and the things that you're doing and the plans that you have in place. It's really inspiring. Do you get me? So like, I just want to congratulate you on that. So my next question was, what do you do to relax your mind? But you mentioned meditation. Do you find that relaxes you? Is it really like a big help?
I don't know if I'm cool anyway. I'm like relaxed most of the time anyway. Yeah. So it's not like I use it to relax. But what I would say is that it's helped me. I feel like it's helped me because I found myself in situations where I would have probably reacted differently had I not been focusing on those kind of things. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like focusing on meditation and being in a peaceful environment, and you know what I'm saying, those kind of things, it allowed me to find that peaceful space when I'm in these conflicting situations. You know what I mean? Even though like I'm trained to do that in terms of work, but it's hard to like implement that in your personal world. You know what I'm saying? So doing that helped me to also do that in my personal life or personal situations, not let it affect me to the point where it's actually affecting my mood or affecting my behavior and shit. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's how it's helped more than anything.
Okay. Quick question as well. Just to share with others, what is it that you're what is your profession? What do you work in? What sector?
I worked in a hospital, all male hospital. So first I worked in occupational therapy as a therapy coordinator. Then I was a support worker on a rehab ward. Then I became a MAPA instructor, which is managing aggression and potential aggression.
Oh.
So that's basically restraint training, avoidance. So teaching people how to avoid restraining, teaching people how to communicate better with patients, how to communicate better with each other, debrief after crisis situations, and manage crisis situations. And then I was a support worker on acute ward, which is acutely ill patients, which people with that basically this is their first contact with services. So where rehab people were people that have been in the services for years, been out of services. These people that were on the acute ward had just had the situation and then got brought here. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're people that haven't been through this before. They don't know what to expect, and that was a new experience for me because these people were, for them, it was a shock. Just as, you know what I'm saying? They've come, for the people that I worked with previously, they knew the system, they knew what was happening, they understood what was going on. Where the guys that I was working with on the acute ward, it wasn't something that they've ever experienced before, so they were really scared. You get me? They were really young, a lot of them. like they hadn't been in this situation before. So that kind of opened my eyes to the fact that there's not much support for these people before they come to that situation. It's only when they get to the hospital that's when everything gets real for them. Do you get what I'm saying? And if there's not people in there that understand the culture, understand what it's like to be young, black and British, or just to be young and British at all, then it's going to be difficult for you when you get there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Since Corona, I haven't been at work, but yeah. And now I'm just trying to explore my own avenues and see what I can do, because I feel like it's great to work inside of a system and help people, but I feel like there's only a limit to how much I can really do in that environment. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I do have the ability to do a lot, not by myself, but leading instead of like being told what to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think you definitely come across as as evident that you're a strong individual, and you are a leader. You're a Leo, isn't it? So yeah, Leos are natural born leaders. You've got that fire, you've got that energy. It's very leadership. So oh, don't worry, I've got one in the background that she's silent all the time, but then when I'm actually doing something, she feels the need to throw things at the wall and make loud noises because she knows that I'm doing something. So don't worry, it's all good.
Easy to the room at the right time.
Yeah, for real, man. So my next question is, how do you nurture your growth mindset? And I mean in regards to, like, so with me, I wake up in the morning and I always say my affirmations. I speak them out loud. I used to write them down, but now I speak them out loud to myself, looking in the mirror, looking at myself as a person. And I just believe that the affirmations help me decide what I'm going to do for that day or how my mood's going to be, those kind of things. So what do you do to nurture your mindset?
I just talk to like-minded people. I don't really. I do that. I read affirmations. I don't really do them all the time. So like I wake up every day and say it in the mirror and that. You get me? I just like talk to people that are similar to me. People that inspire me. People that are going to give me good advice. And I just like do my videos and express what I'm feeling and thinking at the time. Because a lot of the time when I'm doing the videos, I don't think about what I'm going to say. I don't think about what I want to do. I just feel like it's a good time to do one. I feel like I'm going to say something that's going to be relevant, and I will just go, and then I'll watch it back. Probably, like I watch it back, see if I like it. If I like it, I'll post it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't really think about it. It's just like it's just a natural thing. So if I'm feeling it, it will just come, and if I'm not feeling it, I just won't. Do you know what I mean? Just like that. And also, it's not just. So I'm always thinking of different things, innit? I'm always thinking of different things, and it just comes to me. Some things just come to me. Like if you look on the page, you'll see like different phrases or different quotes that will be like quotes of the day, and these things, like randomly, I'll just think of something, and it will just sound like a good quote. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not like I nurture it. I feel like my experiences have already nurtured it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Definitely. Well, I've read your quotes and I've listened to your videos, as you know, and you definitely speak words of affirmation in all of them. I feel like there's an affirmational aspect to majority of the stuff that you do. So keep doing that. Keep putting the quotes up. Keep doing your videos. We want to see some more videos. But yeah, no, just keep doing that because it's good. Because you don't know who, when you wake up in the morning, you might be feeling a certain way or something's on your mind and you might do a video or you might write a quote. You don't know who that's helping,
Yeah.
You could save someone, you could you could inspire someone. It does so many things. And then in turn it causes like a ripple effect. So you put it on and then that person might say, do you know what? Like I can send it to somebody who is going to resonate with them. So, and I know that's happened because I've had messages about your posts. Do you know what I mean? I think I sent you one the other day. You really uplifted the person. And
that's the reason why I continue to do it. Do you know what I mean? Because at first I just did it because I was in a place where I felt a bit depressed about certain things. And I wanted to just kind of, and I was still at work. I was still working with people. When I was at work, I felt great. But when I left work, I felt depressed. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought like, wow, this is, and a lot was happening. You get me? I was in the system. The system was kind of getting at me, especially at work. So it was like, it was making me feel like I needed to speak about it, but I couldn't talk about it to the people that were around me. So I just thought, fuck it, make a video and then see like if anyone can, if it resonates with anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? And then people were always like, no, people kept messaging me, oh, I like the videos, just keep doing it. And I just thought, well, like, if I've got something to say, I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to do videos for the sake of doing videos for people to watch, because it just don't make sense. Then I'll just be making shit up to say for the sake of people watching it. Do you get me? Which is just dead. But for me, I just felt like if I've got something to say, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do them all the time, because I don't always have something to say. But if I've got something to say, I'll say it.
I really love your honesty, Ashley. Like just the way you are, just unapologetically you. Yeah, it just amuses me. Not in
That
a
was
way.
my New Year's resolution, fam. On my non-New Year's resolution. Do you get it?
Yes, I watched that video and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like that. I think I took it a little bit too literal though, and it's going to be peak, but it's good. I'm protecting my energy, so it's fine. But yeah, I just the one thing, really, one of the big things that I really do admire about you is you are unapologetically yourself. You don't mince your words. You say what you're saying. Even to me, sometimes you've told me to fix up. Do you get me? And you have to do this, and it's not in a, it's not in an egotistical way. It's not in a, it's got a dominance to it, but it's nurturing. Do you get me? So yeah, I think that's definitely something that people need as well. They need that. They need the honesty, because unfortunately, a lot of people go around lying to people. Do you get me? They sell them a dream and they give them a false hope instead of being real with them about the things that they're doing or the way that they're thinking. So I think the world needs more honest people like you. Next question is, oh, okay. So what advice can you give to the younger generation on achieving your goals?
All right. So advice I would give is this: yeah, learn about you, learn about Black people, learn about Black history, learn about Black greatness, inspire yourself, understand that Black people, Black men are important. They've always been important. First of all, that's the first thing, because I feel like that's where it starts. It's like foundation work. You know what I'm saying? You have to know that you come from greatness to know that you can achieve greatness. You know what I mean? First, that's the first thing. The second thing is influence, don't be influenced. Do you understand? So so what that means is try to lead instead of being led. Try to do new things rather than doing what's already been done. The third thing I'll say is don't be afraid to show love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like be a dickhead, definitely don't. But don't be afraid to show love. Don't be afraid to be nice to people. Don't be afraid to treat people with the same respect that you want them to treat you with. And be honest. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. If you don't like something, don't pretend to like it. If you don't believe something, don't agree with it. That's it. That's what I would say.
I love that. I really do love that. Okay, so can you tell me, because obviously, it's like New Year's Eve, you'll start thinking about resolutions and say, right, next year I'm going to go on a diet, or next year I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go on a holiday, or, those kind of things. I personally didn't set any New Year's resolutions. I never do. It's not something that I believe in. Because I just keep progressing anyway. You get me? You can change any time of the year. You don't need it to be a new year just to change. You know what I mean? So the question was more of something I want you to tell me. Tell me a personal goal that you've set for yourself, and like this is in regards to just you. It's not associated with anyone else, so no family, no friends. It's just about you as a person. If you set any personal goals for yourself.
Not really. because not really, I haven't, because I've only been thinking. Because to me, everything that man's about is about people, or about how man can affect other people, or how you can build bridges or relationships with people. That's like most what I'm about. But for myself, I haven't really set any specific goals like things. Most of the things I want to achieve revolve around my vision, which is about helping others. You know what I'm saying? So yes and no, because it's for me, but it's about people at the same time. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah.
But obviously, I want to be successful. I want to have money. I want to have a house. I want to have, you know what I'm saying? Like the normal things. I want all of them things. I want my youth to grow up and not want for anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's materialistic, but I want those materialistic things. Not that to say that that's important, but I want to have generational wealth. I want my family to be sustained. I want my kids to eat every day and take holidays and see the world. You get me?
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Those are the things that we should want. We should want stability. We should want, our families to be comfortable and in a good place and not have to worry or struggle, because life's a struggle, isn't it? And we're all struggling, all in the same game, and everyone is trying to succeed and become successful in some area in their lives. And I just think if you take those things and take those values and work on them, then it's not materialistic at all. Do you know what I mean? What's materialistic is when you put material things before the needs of your family, before the needs of your actual needs. It's more of a want, isn't it? So yeah, I can respect that. Ashley, if you could change one thing about the world, what would it be and why?
One thing. Evil, isn't it? Evil.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's an easy answer, because without evil, everything is blessed, isn't it?
Okay.
Evil covers all of the shit that man wouldn't want to have to go into detail about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think evil. Yeah, to eliminate anything will be evil.
Yeah, definitely. Love is definitely the answer. Okay, so we're on to our last question. Wow, gone so quick. What is your overall vision in life? Like, and I mean this in regards to your sole purpose. What's the overall vision for your sole purpose?
I think it's the same as most of the people that you consider great black people. Do you know what I'm saying? So like the same as Marcus Garvey, and the same as people like Malcolm X, the same as man like Nipsey Hussle, the same thing in it. That's the whole point, because we got to reach that next stage in our elevation. Do you know what I'm saying? Our evolution, and we haven't reached there. That same as Tupac. Tupac said, "I want to plant the seed." You get me? I'm not going to change the world, but I'm going to probably spark the brain that changed the world, and then so on and so forth. Like Bear Man are going to continue the spark, innit? So I'm just trying to continue the spark. You get me? If man can change the world, or man can continue the spark for someone else to want to change the world, then that's it. I just want to be part of that line of people that's creating sparks. You get me?
One of the greatest.
Yeah.
Well, I personally think you're one of the most greatest men in the world. And that's in regards to what you're doing, in regards to your energy, in regards to your attitude about the things that you're doing, and the passion and the love that you have for the growth mindset of other people, especially when it comes to young black males, because like we said before, there is not that much in place to help young black British males. There's not much in place to help young males, British males in general anyway. So I think if you can set the tone for something so magical, then it's already you've already spoken into existence even by having that thought. Do you get me? And I wish
And saying it out loud. That's why I say it out loud.
Yes, yeah.
Because I want people that know me to know that that's what I'm about. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, people will see me, I'm just normal, innit? Like, if you meet me and we're not talking about nothing to do with this, I'm just normal guy. Just, you get what I'm saying? So people wouldn't know. Like, there's probably some of my brethren who've never seen man posts or nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they'll just probably come on and be like, right, I didn't know you do this. I didn't know you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I put it out there for people that want to hear it. There are people that need to hear it, not for people to see. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not about for people to know that man does this or thinks like this or whatever. It's just for people that want to hear it or people that need to hear it. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's it.
Definitely soul over ego. There's no ego there.
Well,
definitely.
Little
Little bit. Man said I want to be the next Malcolm X, you know.
I didn't say I want to be the next Malcolm X. I did because Malcolm X got fucking shot by his brother. So
this is not funny.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got shot in front of his bridges. It might not have been them who done it, but you get what I'm saying? It was a bit sniffy. I don't want that.
But yeah, so your podcast. Tell us again about the Truuu Talk podcast. What day does it happen?
Truuu Talk podcast every Friday, 10 p.m. You get me, with the crew and the squad. Do you get me? So tune in. We got it on the live. Well, I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you think like, do you think that we're like having a Friday night is mad because people are going out on Fridays? Someone said that to me, you know.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking, because obviously I'm on a podcast, innit? I was just saying now.
Oh yeah, what if man wants to go out on Friday? One Friday. I'm just saying.
Obviously, we're making plans in the future to change up the game a little bit. We're going to be going into studios. We're going to be doing all of that. So, and obviously, because of traveling and all the different aspects to it, we're going to have to change up days and we're going to have to do certain things. So I think it became a Friday night thing because obviously this was something that manifested during the past. During COVID.
In CV19.
Do you get me?
This is. So it was very practical to do something Friday night.
It was very practical. Do you get me? Like, you know, what started out as a little experiment, a little test, having a little drink in your house, doing a live discussion with these other people. It was just practical to do it on a Friday night. But, you know, obviously later on down the line or in very near future or whenever, we can change up the game a little bit. Do you know what I mean? We can change up the game because
I think we might have to do Thursday or something or Wednesday or something.
You know what I'm saying? Because
no Thursday. We had that conversation.
Thursday's not my day. Okay.
That's your day.
A Wednesday is beautiful. Okay?
That's a Wednesday. I switched it quick. It's a third Wednesday. For Wednesday. Yeah.
For Wednesday. But yeah, I know, like, definitely.
That's not part of this interview. Let's get back on track. See how we just started? This is not a WhatsApp call.
Literally, we're going into we're having a meeting now. This is meant to be an interview. I'm meant to be.
Sorry. Let's get back into character.
But it's fine. But okay, very serious business. But no, on a level.
What's the last question?
Sorry.
What was the last question?
Could you repeat the question? I don't actually have a last question. I think I asked the last question. But okay. I'll tell you what, let's flip it, yeah? I've done this on a couple of interviews before. You asked me a question.
Put
you on the spot now, innit?
Yeah. What is your overall vision and what have you done to make it, what have you done to work towards it?
So my overall vision in regards to the podcast?
No, not in regards to your own page and your own. What's your vision? Not just for the podcast, but for yourself.
Okay. So
Connect
obviously,
with a lot of people, and you know a lot of people. You are involved with a lot of things. You get me? Like you're in a lot of. You get me? You're one of them people with fingers in every pie that's there. You get me? So
make me sound like a hustler, my friend.
I don't know. Of course not.
But no, yeah. So obviously, long story short, obviously I started my page because just sharing my journey, and it resonates with a lot of people. And a lot of people are like, "Oh my God, you inspire me! Oh my God, you do." But I'm just a you know what? It's not that I'm. A lot of people might think that I'm ungrateful. I'm not grateful for the comments and for the love that I receive. It's so beautiful. But I'm a very humble person because I don't do things to gain a reaction. I just want to inspire people to be themselves. I just want to inspire people not to not to have facade about themselves. Because I think when you are unapologetically you, nobody's perfect, isn't it? Perfect does not exist. So I think when you are unapologetically you, it just makes for a more beautiful world, especially if your mindset, like some of us might have ideas and we're too afraid to put them out there because we're scared of what other people think. I
Yeah,
just want
yeah.
to do you know what I mean? So I just want to put that message across to other people just to say, don't worry about what other people think because people are always going to have something to say about you. But whatever you do, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whatever, and especially when it's good, because people don't like it when you're doing good things. They don't like it when they don't like the way other people love you. And I've learned that. Do you get me? I've learned who my true people are. I've learned who's genuine, who's not. And I've gained some beautiful friends and I've made some really amazing connections, done some great collaborations with some great people. So my message is just to I just want to inspire people. I want what's that quote when I want somebody to look at me and say, do you know what? You did it so I can do it. I did this because you inspired me. I just if I can help at least one person, then I'm fulfilling my sole purpose. Do you get me? And it just makes for a better life. It's just for me, it's about the peace and it's about the love and it's about the empathy, but it's also about doing it from a distance, protecting my energy because it gets a bit on top sometimes. But yeah, that my overall vision is peace, love, and light. Breathe it all in, love it all out. That's what it's
Lovely,
about.
man.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you, love.
Always a pleasure, my darling. And yeah, so this is gonna be posted out. I'll chop it down, put it on Instagram. I'll put the full version on YouTube. Remember to follow. Ashley is on at Truuu Talk, True_Talk on
It's,
Instagram.
it's True_Talk. Free use no e.
Say it so well. I can't say it
If
because I
you're gonna
couldn't.
say it right.
And then from his personal page, you can find the link to the podcast. Then from the podcast, you can find the link to the
YouTube, please subscribe, like,
yeah.
comment, all of that good stuff. We want to get YouTube money.
And yeah, and you're doing giveaways as well. So anyone who likes free stuff, I know
Free stuff.
you're giving away an Echo Dot in you, like over the next.
I am. I might pick the person in the next couple days. Still, you get
Okay.
me. That's just something that I like the look of the most, I guess.
Yeah, it's a random person. I love that. I love that. Spread the energy, spread the love in it. But
Yeah.
Ashley, aka Mr. Truuu Talk.
And
Thank
me.
you so much. It's been amazing.
It has, man. Thank you very much.
It's all love.
Yeah.
Bye.